Starter car number 19 from Plainville, Connecticut, the CSB Communications entry for Adrien Paradis.
What took place the last year of street stocks with hurting the motor and wrecking one car, and we can't rebuild the motor and put it back in a street stock, so fell into place. If we're going to rebuild the motor, we might as well move up and not have to buy a brand new motor. I wanted to be different. I did not want a car that looked like everybody else's, so I looked at what the approved bodies were and did some research, and I'm a Chevy guy, but this body looks cool. Brand new. Zach Robinson built the chassis, and Joe Brockett and myself, we did the rest.
Adrien Paradis III, first top 5 in the Limiteds in just his second start.
I was still happy even with those finishes. They're not terrible, but it was me getting used to the car, and it was more driver than the car not being able to perform.
And Adrien Paradis, you said in the pre-race you wanted to finish on the podium. You did tonight.
I didn't think I'd be on the podium this quick in this division. That was like a win to me. The guys I'm racing against, I don't gotta tell you, those guys are fast and they're consistent. To just be able to run with those guys in that big of a race, that was like a win to me that night. I enjoyed it quite a bit. There's a lot more corner speed in these cars versus a street stock. The locked rear versus an open rear, the car reacts different in the corners, but the front end geometry is totally different, so the car grabs the track a lot better than what a street stock does. Took a little bit to get used to it, but it was fun. The biggest thing I've noticed is the amount of respect on the track is different in a limited late model versus a street stock. When I was running street stocks, I was banging fenders out every week. I only had one bad week where I had to replace a front fender and a nose.
They are side by side as they duel down into turn number 1, and it is a little trouble deeper in the field, Kyle, as Palardi is out of shape.
Adrien Paradis also out of shape, the rookie competitor.
It just happened to cut the right front tire. I actually did more damage trying to get onto pit road than what the wreck did. I came off pit road into the grass, it knocked the radiator out of the car, ripped the nose. Stuff like that does happen, and you can't dwell on it, you move on to the next week. I got better as a driver, the car was getting a little bit better, every week. The team, they were excited every week,
White flag, 1 lap to go as they go back to turn 1.
And Matt Clement closes in from 3rd spot. Hammond rides Paradis up a half a lane. He's clear of Paradis and has the lead.
At first it was a little discouraging, because I was kind of looking back, replaying the race in my mind. What could I have done differently to maybe hold him off? I looked at it as more something to build on. We're running with these fast guys, we're this close, I don't want it given to me, and I sure don't want to do it because I have to push somebody out of the way.
Only one driver in the limited late models can say that they ended the year with 7 straight top 5 finishes. Adrien Paradis III.
I was happy pretty much with every race. We were just trying to be consistent, be up front every week, and we accomplished that, I feel. We had one bad week. I think everybody has a bad week unless you're Jeremy Lavoie, and that's why he's on top. Don't overdrive the car. I almost cost Jeremy Lavoie his race car in I think it was week 3. That was all driver error. Just sent it in, wanting to keep that spot, and it was a stupid move on my part. Almost cost him his race car. First year, new division, a little better competition, more guys can win out of that division. I thought it was a great season. We're just gonna make some minor changes to the car and try and improve it and be that little bit faster for next season. My entire crew, Joe Brockett, Grace DeRozier, my sister Paula Winters, my stepfather Frank Tomchek, all my sponsors, CSB Communications, Smedley Crane and Rigging, DNF Wraps, RaceChoice.com, Specialty Agricultural Products, and Paula's $5 Paparazzi. And then all the track contingency sponsors, Napa Auto, Kaz Custom Interiors, Hoosier Tire, Sunoco Race Fuel, Riley Generators. Can't do it without them, and every little bit that they do helps us. Wins. We want wins next year. Gonna try and be consistent every week as well, because if you can be consistent every week, you'll be there at the end to possibly battle for the points.